like that, they think, oh, orang gila, sial. The doctors have a right to put you in the mental asylum. Have that problem there. So it becomes a joke. And then, the rule that you cannot eat after midday, I'm not asking for a change, I just want to express certain ideas. For Theravada monks in hot countries, it could be okay. But what about the Chinese monks, the Japanese monks, the Korean monks, the Tibetan monks? By changing that precept, they take meals at any time, including the Dalai Lama. Do they go to hell? Isn't it? By breaking the precept? Certainly not. So, because if that is the case, there won't be enough space, housing problem in hell. So many Japanese, Korean, Tibetans to go. So therefore, we must be careful, because the time also, many people sometimes you follow certain tradition, Theravada tradition, oh, very strict. Buddhism is timeless, akaliko. How can you fix 12 o'clock? The Buddha didn't fix the time. He said midday. And midday means when the sun is right on your head, sharp. And Reverend Dhamma Buddha thinks that time is not 12, 1:15 after. So you see, time is an illusion. Go to the timeless, beyond space and beyond time, that is the Dhamma. Now what about those in the North Pole? Those in the South Pole? Then what about those in Norway and Alaska, where the sun never rises to the top for 6 months? Mathiya. So you see, if you stick to the rule to the letter, how dogmatic and misunderstanding you will become. And what about places where there is no sun at all? Isn't it? Now, for some of the Thai traditions, they say, even for the monk after midday, cheese is okay. Then for the Burmese, they say, after midday, 12 o'clock, because they sometimes even carry the clock and go to the place where they are eating and look. Not supposed to drink tea after 12 o'clock for Burmese tradition, because they don't drink tea, they eat tea. So how are you going to make a universal principle? These effects we have to look at and read very carefully. And not to be dogmatic about certain things. Even in the past, when the Buddha was alive, there was a dispute among the learned monks of the Buddhist law and the Dhamma. They couldn't agree. And you know, monks' crisis, laymen cannot solve. Not only that, even the Buddha couldn't solve it. And he went away to the jungle for 3 months. And you know, he was entertained by the monkey and the elephant, isn't he? And only after he came back, slowly the thing solved by itself. Time is a great healer, better than the law. Laws are made for men, for people. Men are not meant for laws. Common sense. You must always start from a common sense understanding, without a prejudice of fear or favor. Without a prejudice because you like or because you dislike. Favoritism, anger, resentment, mental attraction, mental rejection of somebody. Or out of fear, or out of ignorance. All this you have given very clearly for us to make the judgments, to understand. Then, the question of handling money. Now there is a very famous meditation master. I suppose he came here to talk also. Venerable Dr. H. Gunaratana. Did he come here? Yes. He is today one of the most famous Theravada Buddhist monk because he's written some books. I'm not trying to say that he's the best. Certainly he's not. But he's well known. But to run his center in West Virginia, he needs $10,000 US just to pay the bills. And he handles money. He needs that. What I'm trying to say is that monks, wherever they are, the need for their expenses. I can't come from England walking in the seas all the way down here, isn't it? I need to buy a ticket. My ticket is not sponsored. So, that being the case, in such circumstances, and the need today, not only in flying by air or by bus, going by bus, but in other expenses, you need to look into this. And then, there's the question of buying and selling, another law. But in our temples, we know there's a lot of buying and selling, including the ashes to put, including the bricks to donate. A monk is not supposed to do that if you follow the strict law. But then how are you going to get the temples built? So you need to read the spirit of the law and the place and the intention behind it. If you stick to the letter and become dogmatic, you will never realize the truth and only become highly misunderstood and high profile extremists. Monks are not supposed to dig the soil, another rule. You go and see in Central Temple, all those beautiful things done because the monks labor themselves. The Zen monks do their own gardening, their own vegetables, their own wonderful gardens, isn't it? This was made because of Jainism, but that doesn't apply here in Japan. There's no Jains here. And people don't believe that the plants have life like human beings, souls, you know. Don't believe in any soul after all. 2 souls under the feet, yes. And then, we are not even supposed to pick flowers. Then you are not supposed to put flowers. But flower is the language of love. The philosophy of the flower, the message of impermanence, the message of beauty, the flower of mankind, the Buddha. So you must see in the wider aspect, in a larger scope, why this is allowed and that is not allowed. Then monks are not supposed to cook. Some Theravada countries also now, they don't give food to the monks just on begging, or they can't go, they have many other duties to look into. They cook. Even Sri Lanka, more than half of the monks in that country, they cook. Cooking was not allowed because that time the cooking was done, the dapo, touching the earth. The stove was made on earth. And insects, worms and insects would come and die. Today you are having different kind of cooking system. Electric, gas. So it doesn't apply. It's not relevant. This sort of rules. Not keeping in time with the situations. And then, for monks and nuns, when we eat green vegetables, the offering person must say, take a knife and cut it and say, this is appropriate vegetables. This is because of the Jain belief that there's a soul in the green plants. We don't believe in a soul. And they are not here. Isn't it? And then, look into the rule where the Buddha says, if a non-higher ordinated, now monks we have novice and then the higher ordinated ones, you know that. A non-higher ordinated, that means man or woman, can't sleep under the same roof. Now you have apartments, monks living there, terrace houses, Buddhist temple. Oh, then every day they are committing an offense. Certainly not. It was meant for a particular purpose. You must look into the context. Terrace houses, flats,